I've spent $70,886 worth of Frost Stars in Whiteout Survival in 229 days. I'm going to do a little bit more spending today because we got Myriad Bazaar and we got this Wanderer Theater. And let's talk about Wanderer Theater a little bit because this game's got my brain twisted. So one step at a time though. Let's first take a look at some of the standard stuff going on. Let's first take a look at the event schedule. I promised I'd start getting in that habit so I can know what's going on. We got Snowbusters, we got Wanderer Theater, I already mentioned that. We got Mia's starting tomorrow. We're in the middle of state transfer. Open phase starts tomorrow. We got a whole bunch of people who came in and still more people to come. They're settling in. It's chaotic, it's crazy, it's a mixing of cultures and backgrounds and knowledge. And it's going well so far. It's a little bit chaotic, always is, but it's going really well. This is the most number of new transfers we've taken on in one cycle yet, and I think we're going to have to slow down now because we got too many now. And then we've got King of Icefield coming up shortly, so at this point in the game, don't do much with it other than get my basic rewards, but it's coming up, so we'll take a look at that as well. All right, let's see. Let's talk about, and then I don't think I need to talk about any of this. Vision of Dawn, continue to run some of this down. We do have a troops day today, and I'm not one for like pressing troops and pressing stuff outside of SVS in general, but I'm not going to call it a mistake, but I should have pressed even more marksman because I forgot about the extra buff that Cyril gives, and so I still can't fill my bear marksman ratios as high as I want to. So I'm using some of these little events as an opportunity. Whenever there's a troop day, I'll push it a little bit just to get a little bit more marksman in the tank, basically, and try to help with Alliance Showdown. I do have this thing I'm doing with the Tundra trucks. I just wanted to show, like, first of all, there he is. I was going to say this dude hit me once, well, I guess I'll take that. I was waiting. You can only hit the red trucks once, but I was waiting for his next truck. He hit me once when I had my pants down. I had my gear off. So he hit me once. So basically, I'm making sure I hit him every day as retribution. But what I've been doing is I've been running some buffs as well to make sure that these go, because there are some more powerful players over there. But if we take a look, this is let's see. If we take a look at there you can see my power right there. 1.9 billion over here, 2.1 billion. So hopefully nobody on their team is going to be able to touch those trucks. I already ran some legendary. Hopefully I can get one. Well, I might be able to get one more. I think I'll be able to get one more during this event. So one more legendary because I got it down to where it's like 9. I think I need 9 to get a legendary. So I'll be able to get a couple more or one more, I think. So that's what's going on there. Officer project, this is just troops basically. And so I waited for today to do a little bit of troops for marksman. I could probably still do some more. I mean, we got the state buff going on. It's not the least efficient thing in the world to do it while the state buff's going on. But, it's just, I hate just pushing marksman. But on the same token, if you want better bear scores, you got to do it with the marksman. So I'm going to need more. I'm probably going to need, I think Spencer actually was on the money. He said I probably need like 1.2 mil. And that's probably what I need. So I'm quite a bit of ways from 1.2 mil. But I'll just slowly, when I get these events, use it as an opportunity to keep pressing that. And that's what I'll do for that. While I'm in here, I'll just grab these quick. Nothing much there. And while I'm over here doing this stuff, I will go ahead and grab, no daily claims today. I need to finish doing those polars. And then I'll do the redemption here. So getting that closer to what I need it to be for the next push during SVS. All right, let's see. Now let's take a look at, sorry, I need to clear these while I'm in here. You know how it is if you play the game. You can't leave them bouncing around. They just annoy the heck out of you. So, all right, so I guess I'll leave the rest of that for now. What I need to do is take a look at standard spending. So, I didn't realize we had an Artisan's Trove. Well, all right. I did. This was yesterday, wasn't it? And I purposely delayed it till today. Well, today I need to make a decision. Custom armament chest. These are kind of like baseline value for Lucky Hero Gear chests. I do have a couple days on this, though. And what else do we got here? We got the Conqueror pack. Not going to worry about that at all. I will take the daily deals. Hey, all right, I got 11. No, don't know if I need the 11 anymore, but I got 11. All right, we'll take these claims. There we go. All right, so now the question is, what's next? So I do need to take a look at the Artisan's Trove because we're going to lose it today otherwise. And the armament chest I don't really need to do today, and I'll show you something else. There's a high value event. Actually, if we go to Torxum's website and we take a look at the, let's take a look. If we look at the custom armament, if I recall, the custom armament chest is like the baseline value. Yeah, it's 100%. So this is the baseline value. It's like everything else is measured by this, by his methodology. So basically, if you assume that this is the best price you can get on a normal sale, on a regular deal all the time, then everything else is judged by this. How much better is it than this? And the Myriad Bazaar is here tonight. So that's a lot more value than the custom armament chest. The question is, do you want to keep on spending on this stuff? Now, as I mentioned before, the VIP points now don't scale as efficiently. But, however, if you look at the top-off points, they do. So, like, you know, the top-off points go from 2,500 to 5,000, and then twice that is 10,000, and then 2.5 times that is 25,000, and double that is 50,000. Whereas the VIP points don't scale that way. And the reason I mention that is because I'm going to start checking in. I guess I'll do it right now on the VIP section. And if we take a look, like, yeah, the spinner wheel is now only for these, what do you call them? These prestige badges. And so that's just a matter of, you know, what you can spend in the prestige shop. But the merit score now is based on top-off points. So the top-off points just scale, you know, linearly. So I don't really need to work for this, you know, I don't know how long, if or when I will ever get Frostsphere 2. I never thought I'd get Frostsphere 1. But if I do get Frostsphere 2 through some miracle of, you know, income, basically, we'll track it here. We'll see how long it takes to get Frostsphere 2 now. Give me your predictions in the comments. Don't say Christmas either. There's no way, right? There's no way I'm going to end up spending another $70,000 from now until the end of the year. But I didn't think I'd be where I am right now. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But that's what I'm going to start tracking. So I was just mentioning that because, you know, if we look at top-off points, like, I don't really need to be buying this at the $5 mark anymore because they all scale. Like, as far as that goes, you know, buying it from the $100 mark is just as useful if that's my goal, is to try to get Frostsphere. So I think it's, and again, one of those things where, like, you don't think about it, you don't worry about it. You do what's the most efficient for you or what you need on your account, and that will come when it comes. You know, that's the way I got to think about it. I didn't spend any gems on that globe either. So all my gems went for power in terms of pet stats. So Artisan's Trove, I need to buy some of this because we're going to have charms coming out again, and charms are just one of those things. And I think I'm at the point where I need a lot more kind of, usually, well, I don't know if I need more designs. I probably do need more designs than I do. More guides than designs at this point. So we're going to be stuck. We can only buy this so much. And I think, again, Artisan's Trove, if I recall, that's also the 100 point. So the 100% point. So let me just take a look at that. Artisan's Trove for charms. And yeah, that's 100% too. So again, Torxum's methodology here makes this the baseline, like, everyday value that you can get charms at. And sometimes you got to buy these. It's just a matter of scarcity. So, you know, how are you going to get them any other way? But there are other opportunities to get them at better prices. So I don't know, man. I think what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to put a little bit of this. I'm just going to buy a little bit of this. And, I just want to, equal them out just a little bit. I think that's all I'm going to do today. There's other opportunities to get charms, and I just hope I'm going to get them. If I don't, then I'm going to regret letting this go by, because this is not like, it's better than buying them from the regular shop, but it's not particularly high value. It's just kind of, you're going to get it all the time, and it's 100% value. The same thing with the custom armament chest. Like, I could spend a little here just to get some in the tank, but it's not particularly high value. So there's not, and I have a couple days on it. I have until tomorrow, so I don't really need to make a decision on that one right now. Let's look at the deals section, and yeah, we don't have anything particularly special here, so we'll just make our claims and move on. Sign in and earn it. Oops. Deadshot. Where is the claim? There it is. All right, and then take care of the bank. I've been trying to do this off camera, but every now and then I miss it, so do it on camera when I have to. All right, so now Snowbusters is just Snowbusters. I'm going to continue to clear that out. The Myriad Bazaar now. Myriad Bazaar, as far as I know, the Fire Crystal and what do you call it? Lucky Hero Gear chest is the higher value. Now, as far as like, you know, value for Lucky Hero Gear chest, that's different, kind of. Like, if you look at a $100 mark here, if I spend this $100, I will get 200 chests and 100 essence stones with. But you can't just value it based on just the one item. So this is the thing, like, there is value to all of these items, but if I'm trying to only get Lucky Hero Gear chests, then maybe this isn't the best deal, because I've got to take all the rest of the stuff with it. But as far as I'm concerned, like, these are all things that I need. So I'm going to basically buy this up until the first $100, because that's where the significant value is. And if I let this deal pass, and I get the other deals where they're just like standard everyday deals, it's the 100% mark, that's the mistake as far as efficiency. So spending on the things that are the high value items is where I pick up my efficiency, basically. If I had to buy all these, you know, materials from the other shops, it would be significantly more expensive. But look at all the speeds, the essence stones that come with this. I mean, I am depleted of essence stones right now, and this is helping me get those back up to, you know, get the count back up. Not to mention speeds and hero gear. And then we go with this one. And look at all the fire crystals. I mean, that's just packed with value. And at this point, not packed with value anymore. If you want it for the island decoration components, and maybe it's there for you. But now the value goes down as far as items in the game. So that's where I end. That's where I stop that journey. All right, speaking of efficiency, let's talk about Wander Theater. Let me make that claim there. And let me just clear this out so I don't forget to do it, the daily. All right, so what I'm going to do here, all right, first things, I got to do a couple things. So first I'm going to buy this. I said I'm going to buy this to the $50 mark every day. I think that's the kind of efficient thing to do. Unfortunately, what I really wanted to do is just have a clean run of just buying only up to the 50. But look, I had this yesterday. The what's this called? The astral whatever. What's it called? Astral something or other. This level, the special floor. And I've got to do the protected exploration to get the rest of the sigils. I was doing a sigil run. So let's see if I can get lucky and just do it in one. Yes, sir. Finally. All right, because I spent enough on it already. All right, what I'm going to do for the rest of this run is I'm going to do a run today where it's just the free style, where you have to do the protected exploration first. And then after that, if you get floor 3 or higher, you just take the coins. Wait, yeah, I'm going to do this. Now, I'm going to do this despite the fact that this is a sigil floor. So if you're doing the sigil method, you only do that when there's no sigils at the top like this. But this whole run today, it's very tempting because I really want the sigils for experts, but I want to show, you know, basically what's possible, the efficiency you get here. So what's going to happen most of the time is after the protected exploration, you do a regular exploration and, well, I got lucky. So every now and then you're going to get lucky. And what you're doing is you're playing the odds of how much it costs. So the lower level exploration doesn't cost as much. So now I'm going to do a regular exploration, and most of the time this is what's going to happen. And you're going to get slid down here and you take your 50. So this is the reason why. I think I've showed this before, but just let's think about it for a second. This is your first protected exploration, ascend by 1 floor, 80%, etc. That's all ascend, so it doesn't really matter. The regular exploration draw chance, it's basically an 80% chance that you descend. And it's only it's a 19% chance you ascend by 1 floor, and a fractional chance that you go ascend by 2 floors or 3 floors. Like the fact that I did that twice in a row, extremely lucky to do a regular exploration up to 2 floors. So, so that's kind of extremely lucky. But I guess even the first protected exploration, I think that's the one I did. So that's not as extremely lucky. That's 20%. It's still lucky, but just not extremely lucky. So if you do happen to ascend by 3 floors right away, though, you get an instant payoff. If you only ascend by 2 floors and then you do one more and you get, a 3 floor, then you get a better payoff. But that's going to be pretty rare to happen. More likely, you're going to ascend by 1 floor every now and then, and you're going to get, 2,500 coins as a result of that. Most of the time, you're only going to get the 50 coins. But you're basically playing the odds of, you're kind of like min-maxing it. You're like spending the least amount of possible to try to get the best return on your coin, on the coins. So that's what this strategy is all about. It's spending the least amount possible. So again, most of the time, this is what's going to happen. What we're counting on is that every now and then we're going to get lucky and get the 2,500. So it is frustrating to a lot of people playing this game because 90%, like whatever it is, 80% of the time, that's what's going to happen. But it's not about how many times it happens. It's the statistics are with you, basically. So like every now and then you're going to get that. And because you get that, it makes it worth it. So we do the protected exploration. I did not account for taking a look. You can probably look at my videos yesterday or when I flopped between the two stores here. You can see what my coin count was. Let's see what it is right now. 77,000. I think it was, I forget what it was. It had to be somewhere around 69,000, I think. All right, regular exploration. We got lucky and we grab it. And here's the thing. When you saw me do this yesterday, the talisman evaporated because like this is a good sigil floor, right? As long as there's something, yeah. So as long as there's a floor above you that has double the amount of sigils before it, then you basically do protected exploration all the way. But that's going to eat your sigils. So if you're trying to get this, you're just going to eat your talisman. So if you're trying to kind of get the most amount of coins, though, this is what we're going to do. And I'm on floor 3 right away, so I just select that. Anytime you're on floor 3 or higher, you take the coins. This is the maximizing the coin strategy. All right. And that's what's going to happen most of the time. You don't get frustrated by it. You just understand it's part of the statistics. All right. Yep. Is what it is. It's going to happen. What we're looking for is every now and then. Yeah, we got the 3 and we didn't even have to spend that much for it. We grabbed that. Yeah, and got it again. So see, we got lucky there. And we grab our coins. We only had to spend, 5 for those coins. And now, most of the time, this is what's going to happen. And it's fine. All right. +1, nothing, and we grab it. Now, as you can see, this is going to take a little while. So I'm going to continue to do this, and I'll fast forward it, and we'll show you what I came out with as far as number of coins at the end, okay? Coming up towards the end of this run, so I figured I'd start recording again. If you look at the timestamps, man, this just takes forever. And it's not, particularly fun and exciting. This is a thing disappointing about this event. It has an opportunity to be fun and exciting, and instead, it's this grind. So 80% of the time, you're just going to be slipping back down, and the rest of the time, you're just hoping for some, every now and then you get a little one-off luck and get to level 3, I've not gotten lucky enough to get to level 4 or 5, which would be super lucky in this type of play style. Because to get to level 5, you'd have to be at level 2, then get lucky enough to get a regular exploration jump to 3. And that's just super rare. But here's what we do. You just keep trying to get to level 3. It's basically the game. Do a regular exploration. Try to get to level 3. Every now and then, I'll get to level 3 right off the jump. Every now and then, the second free one will get me to level 3. Most of the time, this is what happens. And the time delay, it's just difficult. I don't know why they made the changes they made to this. It was a little bit more fun before. At least for if you're a spender, you know, it seemed to be worth it to try to just max it out and go to the top. Now they kind of nerfed it because the items in the store are more expensive. And grinding it to the top is more expensive. So now this is the best strategy we have. And it just takes forever. But if you're interested in getting the value out of the event, this is what you do. Now while I'm doing this, I'll tell you, it took a while for the community to come out with, you know, best strategy. It took a while for me to, you know, form my own opinions on, you know, what I wanted to do and where the value was. If you want my advice, I would say spend up to $50 a day on this event. There you go. I got it right off the bat. Up to $50 a day on this event. Whatever you can afford, though. If you can only afford $5 a day. Ironically, in this event, the less you spend, the more value it is, strictly, like value per dollar. Because the talisman costs less, but you won't get as many items. So it's I would say you spend what you can afford every day. The more you spend up to the $50 mark, the more of the milestone rewards you're going to unlock. There we go. We got it again. The more of the milestone rewards you're going to unlock, and the more things you're going to be able to get from the store. Your efficiency will go down slightly, but don't spend more than $50 a day. And play this strategy for the coins and grab the Sale of Conquest, is it called? The Affinity. Grab that out of the store first. And then after that, you play for the sigil strategy, if you can. But if you're only spending that much per day, chances are sigil strategy isn't going to be great either, because it starts sucking the talisman. It just eats him up. Doing that protective exploration at the higher levels just eats up the talisman real fast. This way is a slower grind, but statistically speaking, it's the better grind to get coins. And the thing is, kind of like the highest value in the shop is that affinity. Well, probably the discounted chief gear first, and then the affinity. So if you want to get the affinity, you gotta do the grind, because you need the coins for that. So I'm doing this for science. Almost there. Man. Just such a slow grind. Figured I'd come back on camera for the last part of it in case I had a couple good runs. I did have a couple decent runs. But if I were managed to get, you know, to level 4 or 5, that would be interesting to see. But it's just such, like, low odds of that happening. There we go. Almost there. Man. 5 more. Can't wait. 4 more. All right. Hey, all right, right off the bat. And this is the last one. Hey, all right, I got one on the last one. All right, let me do some calculations and then I'll be right back. All right, here's how things shook out. I rewound the video, looked where I started. I basically had, after I bought the items from the shop, I had 69,650 coins when I started and 1,018 talisman when I started. By the time I ended, I had 234,150 coins by the end and 3 talisman. So that's a grand total of 164,500 coins that I got from 1,015 talisman, which is actually lower than expected outcome. So I had bad luck of 162 coins per talisman. The expected outcome with this strategy is supposed to be something more like 200 coins per talisman. So I had bad luck, basically, was it came down to, over a pretty decent run of coins, or of talisman. That's, 1,000 talisman. That should have gave me, 200,000 coins. So that was quite a big difference. That's 40,000 talismans I'm off by. That kind of stinks. And but it is what it is. This is part of the chance of the game. We did unlock some more of the protected exploration rewards though, so we got 3 more to do, which will be easy to unlock in subsequent days because of what I did. The previous days spent $100, or went bought all the way up to $100. So what I really want to do though, if you take a look in the store. If you go to Torxim's website, again, that's torxim.com, TRXIM.com, the highest value, let's see, if you buy up to $50 every day, because that changes your expected value because you're getting less value in the higher packs. And if I sort this by value, the number 1 item in the shop is Sale of Conquest. And then the Chief Gear Materials chest, which is the discount one that I already bought. That's limited to only 5 per day, though. And then the common expert sigils, and then the charm guides, and it goes down from there. So really the expert, not all the expert stuff, but these 2 items here, the Sale of Conquest and the sigils, are actually the highest value item in the shop. If you actually look, even though this is hot, a lot of times the hot items are, you use it as an indicator for like, oh, this must be high value. The fire crystals are actually only 154%, where the Sale of Conquest is like 226%. So, compared to other sources. So, it's, I don't know. It's, I think this is what my strategy is going to be. I want to grab as many of these as possible. So I can't quite buy them out yet, but that's what I want to do is I want to buy these. So I need 342.5. So I'll get those by tomorrow. I want to buy out all the Sale of Conquest. And then I think I'll switch to the sigil method. Because it's just, if I try to get all these, I don't know, I could try to get some more of the charm designs as well. But if I switch to the sigil method, and then try to get more sigils, it's just going to be costly. Like it's going to eat through a lot of the, talisman, but you do get a decent reward for it. So another way to look at this is like, if I try to get sigils from the shop, 100 of them would be what, 80,000? So, 80,000 coins. And, so let's see. How many sigils do I need to burn to get 80,000 coins? 80,000 divided by 200, 400 sigils, I don't know. That's that's a pretty decent deal if you grind through the Wander Theater. But it does. A lot of times it was coming out to be more than 400. Like I had some bad luck yesterday, and like if I opening of this session, right, I got, what was it, 210 sigils, but I was sitting there with 120 set talisman. If I didn't get a good roll on that, then it could have very quickly went way past 120. So in that case, 210 sigils would have been more like what, 800 talisman. So as long as you're spending less than 800 talisman, it's better than the store. So I think that's why the sigils method has some merit to it, because chances are you're going to get more sigils than what it would have cost you to use the equivalent coins that you would have gotten from the other method doing that grind. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Is my strategy is going to be, I'm going to get enough to buy out. I'm going to only spend up to $50 a day. I'm going to get enough to buy out the Sale of Conquest, and then I'm going to continue to do the sigil method for the rest of this event. And that's how I'm going to play the rest of Wanderer Theater. So that's my opinion on how I'm going to play out the rest of this event. So now you know. All right, let's see. What else do we have to show you tonight? I don't have an awful lot else going on, because the Labyrinth is nothing crazy. Like, didn't push Charms and Cave of Monsters. Don't have anything going on with pets, and I'm not going to be touching the experts. I will say one thing though. I didn't really want to mess around with Ronnie too much. I'm glad I ended up pushing her a little bit, because she is helping out. Like, having these extra bonuses for the squads is actually helpful. And then especially this one where you get the legendary escort after 9. Like, I got it down to 9 completions. I'd like to get it even further now, but that's kind of nice. I would love to actually get this all the way up to 10, because then you get an extra attempt. Legendary Ronnie escorts 1 extra truck daily when the skill reaches level 10. So you can get 2, basically you can get 2 legendaries if you get this up to 10, as I understand it. So that's nice. And all the other stats here actually are kind of nice. Like, she's got a chance of recovering extra cargo, or recovering when you get raided. And then this one, she gets a chance of getting more extra cargo when I got it up to 80%. So when I attack, I get an 80% chance that I get extra plunder from it. So it's actually kind of nice. It was perfect timing for Tundra, and I kind of underestimated the value there. But I'm going to need a lot of affinity for Valeria, so that's why I think it's good to grab as much affinity as I can from that shop. See, the other thing I guess I could show you is what's been going on in Arena. Man, we're at the point now where, like, sometimes, like, I did these 2 attacks and just random luck came into play on this other player here, where I got 0, but I still managed to take first place by sniping at the last minute. But we've got some bigger whales in here, so I've really got to kind of keep my head low and then try to come in at the last minute and grab some points. That's basically the strategy there. Keep my head low and grab some points at the last minute. I keep on playing around with this lineup too. Like, usually I'd run the double defense on the right, but I don't know if that's working all the time is great. So I've been trying to run with this. We'll see what happens. But trying to keep Geronimo in the back generally tends to work out a little better. Let's see. What else do I have? I don't think I have anything more here. We'll take a look at the backpack. Oh, War Academy. Yeah, I did War Academy already. What am I thinking? I already did it. Okay, so let's just take a look at the backpack. We'll clear this out. Actually, I'll go right to left, like I like to do. Now I can put these in the bank, but really, that Prestige Wheel Spinner now is really just for points. That's all it's for. The rest is all spend. Grab this. All right, here we go. Let's say I should get 5. I really only am guaranteed 4, but let's say I should get 5 Mythic. If I get anything more than that, had some good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I'll take 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll take it. Nice. And again, like, the question of should I actually be spending on the custom armament chest? Man, you know, I don't know. That's a conversation for tomorrow. Let's say that. Let's see what other events are coming tomorrow. Well, we got Mia's tomorrow. So there's going to be no shortage of spending. Maybe I should take a look at it tonight. It's basically, I think what it comes down to, I'll take a look at it tonight. What it comes down to is, you know, am I, like, whether these other events come around or not, should I at least have a baseline spend whenever I see custom armament chest? And let's say the answer is yes. Because one of the things that I was just saying is how I'm so behind on hero gear. And so we'll just grab this up to the $20 mark. At least I'm putting some, you know, baseline spend out there for the hero gear. Even though it's not the most efficient, it's not bad either. It's like the baseline value for, it's the baseline good value for Lucky Hero Gear chest outside of the regular shop. That's the way to think about it. All right. And with that, we'll see. Hopefully I can get at least 2 out of this. Let's see what happens. Hey, 3. Nice. That's a lot more than I expected. All right. 3 mythic. Nice. All right. With that done, let's take a look at the heroes, see where things are. Just a reminder, infantry's maxed out. We're looking to press these by next SVS. I may do a little, you know, stones every now and then, but my stone pile is not very big anymore. So, you know, all those big events, those high value events are gone. So essentially what I'm looking to do now is like dump some XP in some of these just as a placeholder. And just to have those extra marches. And, you know, hope for the best as far as next SVS comes. That I can get some more events with Mithril. Because without the Mithril, nothing's happening real fast. So, let's see, we'll put a little more in here. These back up to 20 at least. Which allows me to use stones on them. If I wanted to, I can pop a Lucky Hero Gear chest as well. But, 20.
Nothing.
I guess I'll get the rest of these up to 20 just so that they're at a point where you can use stones on them. Now, should I be maintaining 3 marches worth of gear? Not really, but I just don't want to be messing with it. I'm just kind of letting them sit there. I don't want to be using them for the other marches because I'm at my, you know, level of spend. I've got the other ones going okay, so, you know, would it be better to use this mythic gear for the primary? Maybe. Probably, actually. Depends on context. But right now, so far, I haven't needed them. So basically, I'm keeping them on standby. The second march I have... So you see what's going on here. I've got the primary march, and I got a second march that I've started using some stones on. And then, basically, I just recently started putting some into this one. But I was keeping a third march that was just pure mythic, and I'm going to try to keep it like that so that I don't waste too much on the other. In case, so that way if I need to use them, I can use them. That's the idea there. I think I'm running out soon.
Nothing.
Can I get it to 50? No, just barely can't. All right, so that's all the hero gear, and that's what things are looking like. I wonder what my total hero power is. Like I said, I know I'm behind. on hero power. It's getting up there, okay. But it's probably not, like, we look in my neighboring states, like, I don't think it's where it needs to be at all. Yeah, I'm way down there. Way down there. And I need more hero power, so I need to be working on that hero gear more and more. All right. Oh, by the way, a lot of you asked me about neighboring states, so let's just take a look at that, because I'm not sure what things are looking like here. Ah, that's not too bad. I'm not too upset about that. That's still looking pretty good. So, and look at that. Hunty's right there too. So me and Hunty are actually top 10 among our neighboring states. That's pretty good. I like seeing that. All right. Let's see. Let's check in on VIP, because this is going to be the new thing now. I was thinking I'd have nothing to do for VIP, but as I said at the top of the video, like, now I've got this to look at. So we can do the spinner wheel every now and then. And that's just for, you know, basically just for points. See how lucky I can get for points. Let's give it a spin. It's really for nothing other than points right now. Let's skip animation. 1,000. Oh, I gotta skip the animation. 2,000, nice. 1,000. 2,000 would be nice. There we go. I'll save some spins for another day. But this is basically just for coins now. And the question becomes, you know, what do I want to be spending in here? Look at how many of these prestige coins I have. What are they called? Prestige badge. Look at how many I have. I was planning on just using them for the custom mythic. Still think that's the right way to do it, unless I really need ton, but, you know, to some charm designs and stuff. But you can't get them in any really high bulk. I should probably grab the nameplate. You know what? I'm going to, it's not about efficiency, but it's like, I'm going to grab the nameplate because there's a small amount of points you get from the medallion. And for those of you who didn't know this, by the way, I was telling this to Hunty the other day. I'm not sure if he knew or not, but if you take a look at the medallion level. Oh, I went up another medallion level. Nice. I didn't realize that. I made it up to 13. All right, we need to get up, well, not another medallion level. I guess it is the level, but the collection reward level. Really what I want to do is get up to Silver Medallion 2. I'm at Silver Medallion 1. So if you didn't realize this, the medallions actually have stats with them. So as you go up in the stats, like I'm at Silver Medallion 1 right now, but you get to Silver Medallion 2 and we'll pick up, what is it? Troops health plus 2%. And as you go up, you get more, like this troops attack, another 2%. Gold Medallion 2, another 2% on troops defense. So these aren't huge stats. They're, I think, as far as I know, they're additive stats, but they're overall additive. So it's kind of like it gives you a reason to be pressing or to buying all these extra little things, island decorations, name cards, and all that type of stuff. So that extra nameplate, where is it? That extra nameplate got me, there it is, got me some extra points as well. It's common points, special skin points, frost sphere. That's for the frost sphere itself. Blazing meteor gets you tons of points as well. But the frost sphere alone, oh, that's probably why I got the main points. I forgot about that. The frost sphere alone gave me 300,000 points. And any of the, you know, this is the rest of them. Like emotes give you points. Permanent march skins, city skins give you points. And the name cards skins and nameplate skins give you points. So I'm not going to equip it though. All right, so got a little bit of extra points from that as well. So for those of you who didn't know, just wanted to show you that. All right, that's all the content I have for you tonight. I hope you're enjoying following along on this journey. If you are, there's a couple things I need to ask you to do. Number one, check the links in the video description. The Unshielded Show, I'm going to be getting going on that soon, I promise. I'm still waiting for more submissions. If you go to unshielded.show.com, you'll see the link in the video description. Submit your story. It just takes a little bit of an audio clip and some basic information you put in a form, and you can tell me about your story, and I'll contact you and try to schedule you for a show. That's the Unshielded Show. The other thing is the Discord. If I'm ever going to do any giveaways, you're going to see it in the Discord, and I'm actually running one right now and I run them every now and then. Try to do them when the game developers give me some gift codes. I'll run promotions on that in the Discord. And every now and then when I can afford to do so, I'll do Frost Star promotions as well, or maybe like a trivia game or something like that for Frost Stars, just to have a little fun with the community. And that's all going to happen in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, you're missing out. Don't ask me for donations. Come to the Discord, register for the special giveaways and stuff, and that's how you're going to interact with me that way. And finally, the most simple thing you could do that helps me out so much, aside from just telling people about what I'm doing here, tell them that you like me and they got to check me out. That would be great too. But what you can do for the algorithm is super simple. All you got to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. That way, whenever I post anything, you'll be the first to know about it. Thank you very much for joining me. And until next time, I'll see you later.